Hello and welcome to Community Chats. I'm your host, Aley Hammer, and today we're interviewing Kevin Joseph, the Head of Organizational Development and Growth at Centaur Software. Kevin, thank you so much for being here today. Can you start by telling us a little bit about Centaur Software and also your position as the market leader for dental practice management software in Australia?
Yeah, thanks, Ali. It's good to be here. Centaur Software was formed around 29 years ago by three guys, and they are still the executive directors and run the business together with myself on the board. And one of the founding members is a dentist, a qualified dentist, and Dr. Papadopoulos realized that there was a need to have a more automated way of managing the flow of his patients through the practice, as opposed to the clipboard of the olden days. And he started writing a piece of software. As a dentist, he thought of the flow of the customer, and he designed a piece of software which then over the last 29 years has morphed into this practice management software that can run an entire dental practice.
Wow, what an awesome insight into such an innovative business. And it's so cool to hear that dentists are kind of, on track with keeping up with technology. So
Yep.
can you explain to us why Centaur Software decided to make the transition to AWS for your industry-leading product, Dental for Windows?
Well, we're not driven as much by price as opposed to by what kind of service levels that we receive. And when I met the guys at AWS, Graham and Steve and the gentleman from San Francisco, the support which they gave us and the sort of free advice, the willingness to just want to talk to us and help us and help develop our products and our systems and our processes was unbelievable. And we just, it was like a no-brainer. And we've never looked back. Our relationship is really good with the guys.
That's incredible. And we're so glad that you chose AWS as your partner, and what an amazing product. So, Kevin, how does Dental for Windows benefit both dentists and your patients? And also, what is Dental for Windows? Is that the technology that you guys have come up with?
Dental for Windows is a practice management software. So it's a piece of software which the dentist can use to run her entire practice. It provides online appointment booking. So the patient can be, lying in bed at 9 o'clock at night at home and go, oh, I need to book with Dr. Smith. And she can go online and make an online booking there and then. His or her appointment book will be presented on the mobile, the free slots, and it can make the appointment. The patient then arrives at the dentist. She can check in electronically, contactless, or on what we call our kiosk. All her records and all the information is kept in the system. She then is sitting in the desk, sitting in the chair aside the dentist. We integrate with all the X-ray equipment throughout Australia. The dentist can sit and take notes and provide the notes in the software as she's talking to the patient. We have a buy now, pay later product, which is integrated into our system. And if the treatment is going to cost a certain amount of money, the dentist there and then can present it on the screen to the patient and saying, instead of it costing you $4,000 in one hit, you can pay it off over 24 months at whatever, $350 a month. He keeps all the record of the patients. The patient then decides to leave. The patient goes to the checkout. The FPOS is integrated into our system if she wants to use her credit card, or if she wants to use our buy now, pay later product. She then leaves. The dentist can then send a reminder to the patient once she's left about her upcoming, if it's a series of treatments, either via SMS or email. And so we follow the whole, what we call the patient journey.
Incredible.
And the dentist can do it all through the one system.
I love that. And it just makes such a seamless customer experience, and it makes it so easy. Sometimes as a customer, you don't feel like ringing and waiting on hold, or it's out of hours. So that's a really nice way of just
Exactly.
quick and easy. I needed that
Exactly.
this morning, actually. I waited on hold for an hour.
There you go. And I got to say that AWS helped us a lot with this whole customer journey map exercise.
Mm,
I think you called it your factory, your customer journey factory. You
mm.
guys were just fantastic. You helped us map our entire customer journey map in the various personas, as you call it, and it really helped us better understand the mind of our dentist and the consumer, the purchase behavior of our dentists. And we've now mapped it for all our products, and it's kind of become like the Bible within our organization. And we benchmark most of our decisions that we take in the business now. We benchmark it against what we call our customer journey map,
Oh,
and
that's so
that's really
awesome.
become quite sacred in the business.
That's incredible. And you often hear, Amazon is customer obsessed, but, before I started working here, I didn't realize genuinely how true that is. And everything we do, it's not about, first and foremost, even before the tech, it's about the customer, and. So I'm so glad that that's now been passed on to you and that you seem very customer obsessed.
Yes, yes, we always have been, but that was one of the reasons why we partnered with AWS as well. As I said, right from the beginning, they always exceeded what I always expected. I expected this, and they gave that. And I mean that very sincerely.
Oh, it's so incredible to hear. So, I mean, moving on from this, like, how have you been able to benefit from working with AWS? You've mentioned so many ways, but also, what does the future hold for Centaur Software? And what's
We
AWS's role in that?
our our very key strategy in the very immediate future, so within the next few months, we are launching Dental for Windows into the browser. It's a browser product. So it's going to be known as Dental for Web. And D for Web, as it's commonly known in our own business, is really going to be totally reliant on AWS. The security that you provide up in the cloud, the the usage, the speed, all of that. It's a very strong selling point for us. All the various compliances that you guys are compliant to is very important, whether it's ISO, GDPR, or all of those compliances. We can pass that on to our customers because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for patient privacy, they're looking for protection, for security, and storage space. So it was, we've got some, about 11, 12,000 dentists that use our product each and every day in Australia, each with a very big database of customers. So our storage requirements are quite excessive.
I'm sure. That's
But I'm not
incredible.
techie. That's about as technical as I can get. Huh?
Me too.
So I wouldn't go any more techie on your questions.
And Kevin, lastly for today, we're mixing things up a little bit. And the last question I wanted to ask you is, before interviewing you, I did a little Google and I saw that you've been involved with Nelson Mandela. And as a fellow South African, I'm really intrigued to ask you, how did you connect with Nelson? Please tell me more.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Nelson Mandela was released on the 10th of February, and on the 14th of February of that year, I think it was 1990, I met Nelson Mandela. I went out of my way to meet him, and I was just blown away by his humility, his smartness, his genuineness, just, probably the most wonderful man that I've ever met in my life. And I really started working very closely with him over the next 3 years to help him position himself, because he said to me that, I've been locked away for 27 years. I don't understand, so much of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And as a white brother, I need you to guide me about what the whitey's thinking about me, and how, what's their expectation and how we're going to work collaboratively. He said, South Africa is like a zebra with black and white stripes. And if you shoot it in the white stripe or the black stripe, it's going to die. And we kind of need each other. And I need to learn from you guys, and we can work together collaboratively. So he formed this, what he called the Committee of 40, which was made up of sort of non-denomination, non-political, just interested, forward-thinking South Africans. And I was one of those. And I worked with him for some time in helping develop what he called the Rainbow Nation. We set that as a vision, and we said, right now, how are we going to create this rainbow nation? And yeah, so I did. I helped him write a lot of his speeches, and yeah, I wish I kept all the notes, because he sent it to me in those days on fax, and I never ever kept his handwritten notes. I don't know why. I never thought he was going to become such a famous individual. He was just a mate. He was a lovely guy, you know.
Wow, I'm
Yeah.
smiling the whole time. This is incredible. And I think offline, I'm going to be asking you a million questions, because what an
Yeah.
incredible human being to be connected
Yeah.
with. Well,
Thank you.
Kevin, thank you so much for your time today. I've really enjoyed this chat. And to all our viewers at home, we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, Ali. Thank you for your time. Cheers. Bye.